Hello my lovelies, happy Tuesday. I hope you're all well. I hope everyone is okay. Long time no see, it's been ages since I've seen you all. We had, Sarah Jane and I had an amazing week off. Well, it wasn't a week, it was during the week. But yeah, it was lovely. Isle of Man was spectacular. It's a beautiful island, it really is. So, I'm not sure what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting it to be so picturesque. It was beautiful, absolutely lovely week. But I'll tell you more about that later as we're going through. I'm going to do the challenge post tomorrow night. I've run out of time this morning. We've had 2 reps in this morning, so I've literally been back to back with reps. So I started to write everyone's names to go in the draw and ran out of time. So I'm going to do the challenge post draw tomorrow night. And I've got another little challenge for you as well, which is going to be happening tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow at 7 PM for that one. So yeah, so let's say hello to some people. Hi Jean, hi Cheryl, hi Anne, hi Jean. Who else is there? Hi Lindy Lou, hello my darlings. Hi, hopefully you're all well. Hopefully everybody is okay. Lots of bits to tell you, but we'll talk as we sow. Should we do that? So we're going to do a little block today. Hi Liz, hello my darlings. Yeah, block of the week. It's a Tuesday, so we're going to go straight to the overhead. And what we're going to do is we're going to do this little block, which is called Chicago Geese. And it's a really nice, easy one. It's a variation on... Oh, this is all moved. Hang on. Let's just get my camera right. There we go. It's all right. And it wanted to do an update and all as well. As I was trying to open everything up, it's all like an update. And I'm like, oh, no, stop it. Hang on, that's really wonky. It's really wonky. Let's try and get you straight. Maybe that's about straight now. I don't know. Hi Marlene, hi Kate, hi Natalie, hello my darlings. So we're going to do this little one called Chicago Geese. It's a variation on a log cabin, but it makes really nice designs when you put things together, okay, and you make sort of different blocks and stuff. So, but we're going to do just this one little block to start with, and then how you play around with it is entirely up to you, my lovelies. So what you will need for each block, each quarter. So this is a block in its own right, okay? And how you put it together, you know, depends. Is you're going to need some background fabric. So you need 1 5-inch square, and then you need 2 4.5-inch squares. You want 1 5-inch square of a main fabric, and then you need some 2.5-inch strips. Now I'm using leftover jelly roll strips. This is perfect one for a jelly roll. If you've got a jelly roll and a charm pack that match, this is a great quilt block for this. Hi Eileen, Isle of Man was fantastic. You had a lush time too as well, brilliant. I'm glad you did, lovely. But from each colourway, what I want is, so this is going to be my first colourway. Actually, no, I'm going to do the green first. I'm going to cut a 4.5 and a 6.5-inch strip from my 2.5-inch jelly roll. So I want a 4.5 first, like that. I was surprised about how many people actually come from the Isle of Man. The amount of people on our lives are like, oh yeah, I live there, or I've got family out there, all sorts. So I want a 4.5-inch by 2.5, and then I want a 6.5 by 2.5 on this one. Well, on one colour, like that. And then for my other colour, I want a 6.5 and an 8.5. Hi Leslie, how are you, love? Yeah, it was an absolutely... We were very lucky with the weather. The weather was incredible. We had like sunshine every day. It was, you know, really bright blue skies. So yeah, very lucky with the weather. I think if it had been raining, we might not have done quite so much, and maybe not, you know, enjoyed all the hill walking, you know, walking and all that we did. But it was... There'd have been a lot more pubs. Mind you, everything was shut, so there wouldn't have been more pubs. So I've got a 5-inch, 2 4.5s, 1 5-inch, and then from one colour, a 4.5 by 2.5, 6.5 by 2.5, and then another colour, 6.5 by 2.5, and 8.5 by 2.5. Okay, so that's what you need for a quarter block. We're going to start with a half square triangle. So right sides together like that. As always, diagonal line across, and we're going to stitch down either side. So there we go. Diagonal line, and then we're going to do 1/4 inch either side. Hi Carol, how are you, lovely? So yeah, everything over here. I'm hoping all these cameras are working. I did just mess around with them to get them working. So hopefully they all are. Come here, hang on. Your foot pedals run away with me. There we go. So, 1/4 inch either side, guys. The only disappointing thing was the lack of Manx patchwork, Manx quilting anywhere. Nobody seems to know anything about it over there, which I'm so surprised because prior to COVID, I mean, the amount of research I've done on it is, I've done a lot of research on Manx, the history in it of everything, and I really wanted to go and see the older examples, the original quilts. We found one quilt that was made in the 1940s. That was the one in the Folk Museum. The lady we spoke to there has only been Manx patchworking since after COVID. So she's their expert as it is. Right, back over to the overhead. There was nothing. There used to be a quilt apparently in the Manx Museum, but not anymore. Nobody could tell us where it was. And yeah, nobody really knew much about it, which was such a shame. So we still had a lush time though, absolutely gorgeous time. So it doesn't matter, but that was the whole point of us going. And nobody, apart from this one lady in the Folk Museum, but she's only been doing it since COVID. So, since lockdown. So, bless her, Sarah and I actually knew more about it than she did really. But yeah, for something that is so unique to the island, so and comes from there, we were quite surprised. I'm squaring this up to 4.5 inches now. Apart from your lives, I didn't see any Manx quilting. You saw weaving at the Laxley Woolen Mill. Yeah, we didn't go to the Laxley Woolen Mill in the end because we ran out of time basically. I did buy some Manx tartan fabric, which was beautiful. They're very into the Manx tartan, but Manx patchwork, no. Eileen, I don't know if you went down to Craignish, something like that, to the Folk Museum. They wouldn't let us film there. They wouldn't let us go live there. And there were lots of examples there, but they were all modern, all made by this lady in the last few years. There was none of the old stuff. The oldest one was this quilt from the 1940s, which they did let Sarah take some photos, and Sarah put photos on of that. But everything else was modern. So, I don't know where these old quilts have gone. The originals. Such a shame. Right, so this one, you're using another block, okay? You're only going to use 1/2 square triangle to start with. We were going to go to the Laxley Woolen Mill, but we didn't get round to it in the end. We just ran out of time, okay? So we're going to build this like a log cabin now. So this one's going to go on like that, and then that one's going to go on like that, okay? So we're building it like a 1/4 log cabin. You never got that far. Next time, yes, I would absolutely go back to the island. It was gorgeous. So we're going to stitch this one onto here. So this is the 4.5 onto the top. And can you see I've got my background fabric going that way. I want it in the top left, my colour down here. All right, so we're going to put that on top of there, like that. I would absolutely go back. It was stunning. We stayed in Port St Mary, which is right down at the bottom of the island. And we'd gone, oh, this looks a nice place to eat, nice pub to eat this evening. Closed, only open Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This looks a nice place to go, only open Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Basically, the south of the island, unless you're in Douglas, doesn't open during the week. It became a little bit of a running joke that, right, I'm just going to finger press this one out so I can put the other one on. It became a bit of a running joke. Oh, okay, we'd like to do this. Is it open? We found an amazing fabric shop in Douglas, which is like the capital, the main city town, large town. And the lady there was just lovely, absolutely lovely. She was so helpful, and that's where I bought my bit of Manx tartan and all from. She gave me a beautiful book all about Manx tartan as well, and how it came about and what it all symbolises. So you can't get over how much you chat, cut and sew. You have to think so much. Oh, can't shut me up. That's why, Teresa. Try shutting me up. Do Paul Sarah's head in. There we go. So back over here, and then we're going to iron that one out like that. Oh, hang on, just got a little silly little pop-up. Let me just get rid of that a second, guys. There we go. So what we've got, oh, stupid pop-ups, go away. Trying to remind me to do stuff. So what we've got is something that looks like that at the moment. And you could absolutely go ahead and put another row on, and make a block in its own right, like that, okay? But the Chicago Geese block is an old block, this one. It's like a mixture of flying geese and log cabin. So we're going to take one of the 4.5 inch squares. Now I'm doing all of these in my background fabric. You don't have to. You could do these in colours as well if you wanted to. You know, it doesn't have to be all the same fabric. Each one of these next little steps could be a different fabric if you wanted to. Oh, that flipping flashing's happening, isn't it? What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this over the top left corner. Okay, so basically I'm going to put that on like that, and we're going to just snowball. We're going to alter this block. So when I'm going to just double check, you see when you do that, it becomes like a flying geese bit here. Okay. Why is this camera playing up so much? Let me give that a wiggle. So I'm going to line it up in that top left corner, pop a pin in, and I'm going to stitch on the line. Okay, now remember, we stitch on the line, we're going to stitch literally so the needle runs along this edge of the line, not on the line, directly on the line, just off it. Okay, just off it. So over we go. So, and then we're going to do that. There's got to be a loose connection there somewhere, and yet that's a new camera, so I don't know why it's still flickering. So go a bit slow and steady, all the way down there, like that. So yeah, I also I've had an idea for a quilt block as well while I was over there, which I'm hopefully gonna have a play with. I'm off for a couple of days next week, so I've got this idea that's rumbling around in my head for a new quilt block based on something I saw, so I'm hoping I'll be able to show you that soon as well. Hi Diana, how are you, lovely? Right, so I'm just ironed that out just to double check that that's right, and that's right because those whites are going in the right direction. Okay, and then before I do that, before I do anything else, I'm going to trim off this excess here. Okay, so scissors, ruler, whatever you like. Like I was saying, this block is really, really interesting if you've got a jelly roll and a charm pack in the same range, because you can use the charm pack here and the jelly rolls for all this bit, and with just a little bit of background fabric, it comes together really quickly. I'm so sorry about the flickering. I genuinely don't know what to do about it. It's just being really irritating. Right, then we're going to go to our second colour, and I'm going to put the 6.5 along there, and then the 8.5 along there. Okay, and then we're going to alter this bit here. So take it back over to the machine. Eileen, you just bought yourself, oh hang on, over to here, but another simple sewing machine. We'll start shortening curtains and covers. If you're still doing it by 2025, you're going to join in with a small teaching session. Oh, lovely, that's fabulous. It's always good to get sewing, guys. I get everybody in the end. Convert everybody. There we go, all the way down that one, just with my 1/4 inch. That. And over like that, and then we're going to go along here as well. Luckily, we were very lucky as well. We didn't get caught in any of the thunderstorms. We flew over the thunderstorm and it had stopped by the time we landed, which was nice. But what was that rain about yesterday? Did you all get drenched? It was torrential here yesterday. Absolutely awful. I've never seen rain like it, I don't think. There we go, just relining that up. Where's in line this one? Okay, I'm going to iron that out, and then we're going to alter this one again now. So yeah, I was a little disappointed that we couldn't see any traditional Manx quilting. The lady was very, very impressed. by your quilt. I did show her photos of, you know, our group quilt that we did. Really, really impressed with that. But yeah, and we were like, you know, can we donate it or something? And they were like, well, it wasn't made here, so they wouldn't take it at the folk museum. But I was like, you haven't got any examples. Not really. Oh, this stupid camera. What is going on? Sorry, guys. Right, and then we're going to alter this corner, this top left corner again, just like we did before. So that's going on like that. Let's pin that in. And again, we're going to stitch down there and flip it out. I don't know what earth is going on. There's all sorts happening out there at the moment. Over to the machine. You only had light rain yesterday. You got sun and clouds so far today. Oh, lucky you. It was some of the worst rain I've ever seen yesterday, Jean. It was proper, like, flooding everywhere. It was gross. Absolutely gross. And it was like that when I was driving to Crate & Craft on Saturday. The lightning was actually hitting the road in front of us. It was in front of me. Patty, you're waiting for your quilt buddies to go on another quilt shop hop. Oh, nice. Now you want to start this block pattern. Well, I aim to please, lovely. I aim to keep you occupied. There we go. And then over like that. There we go. And then we're just making sure that's right. Again, those flying geese are going all the same way. Like I said, it doesn't all have to be the same fabric. These could be different colours. You know, actually, I think it might be quite nice if this one, maybe you did those two in the same and that one a different one. You know, play around with it. And then what I'm going to do is trim off this excess here. Just trim that bit off there. And that's like the block actually done. So it's a really fast one. There is nothing, if you want bigger blocks, there is nothing stopping you adding more rows. You just keep adding. So that would be 8.5, 10.5, and then 10.5, 12.5. You could make them really big if you wanted to. When you put them together, you have lots of options. So they can absolutely go together in rows, you know, like this. So you've got them all running the same way, like that. Okay. I'm trying to, I must get Phil to change this camera. So you have rows and rows and rows like that. It looks really, you know, it looks really lovely. It's quite a nice block. Or you can have them so that like this. Now I haven't got a fourth one. I didn't make a fourth one. I'll make this one as a fourth one. So at least I've got an orphan block. Can you imagine like that? So you've got this sort of, it's almost like a pineapple block then. You've got that sort of pineapple feel to it, but with different colours happening. Okay, hopefully you can see that. Hi Carrie, how are you, lovely? Hi Carolyn, hello my darling. You're babysitting Reggie for his nap. Ah, Peace Reign's nice. Okay, so you know, you've got things like that. It also looks really good if you do it this way as well, when they all face inwards and all those geese, so obviously this would be down over here, face that way as well, which actually I think it would be quite nice if you did these ones in different colours then. You know, you could then have it would almost look like this was, actually if I just put that in there like that, so you've got this big diamond happening, but if these were different colours, it almost looked like these were sitting on top of those. You know, so there's lots of things you can play around with on this. Try doing them maybe all the same way. What that would look like. Ooh, you'd get, imagine that one's like that. You'd get these really interesting diamond shapes happening as well then. That would be really quite interesting as well. So it's a really versatile little block, okay? So this is actually the block, okay? And then you make lots of them and play around with them, decide how you're going to put them together, basically. It's quite a quick one today because it's such a quick little block. We've got a more complicated project tomorrow night, guys, so don't worry, I'll talk your ear off there. So, hey, it's not complicated at all. And it's going to be, I'm going to run a little bit of a competition challengey thing tomorrow night too. So was that not it? It was raining most yesterday and you've had 2 weather warnings. You've got another weather warning for Thursday. Oh, rubbish. So the shop is going to be shut tomorrow because we are in Neath at Neath Quilters. So we're not open tomorrow, but I'll be back in time to do the 7 PM tomorrow. And then Sarah will be here with a brand new pattern. It's really cool. She brought the samples in today. Brand new pattern on Thursday. So she'll be here at 1 o'clock on Thursday for you. and there is going to be a pattern for it. She's actually writing up the pattern. Miracle of miracles. But it's a very cool little project. I really like what she's done. So that'll be on Thursday. So that's it from me today, guys. A real quickie. This block is super fast. Super fast. So it's one that you could easily, if you're doing charity quilts, you know, Project Blindness, you all cut your own strips and use up. Okay. So yeah, that's it. We're going to go back and finish packing all the Crate and Craft orders, and I will see you tomorrow at 7, my lovelies. Yeah, have a lovely day. See you later. Bye. Oh, I would if I could. I can't. I've got no cursor. Can't get rid of it. Oh, there we go.